Morning all, morning all, morning all. It's HQ here. We have this interesting character that was on Kendra G. And people wonder why they have bad outcomes. Sometimes people just have bad outcomes because they're just not nice people. And they're people who don't conduct themselves well in relationships, right? So I came across this character and I kept saying, why? Why? Why this person is not getting any of the outcomes that they want? And we'll see why. Oh,
You ready?
Yeah,
Okay. Is your name? Am I saying it right? Is it Ozzy?
yeah, it's Ozzy. Yeah,
Ozzy. Ozzy, where are you calling me from, love?
Shreveport, Louisiana.
Louisiana?
Shreveport, yeah.
Shreveport, Louisiana?
No, Shreveport, Louisiana.
Oh, Shreveport, Shreveport. How old are
Shreveport,
you?
Shreveport, Louisiana.
Okay, I'm a son say Louisiana, child. I guess I'm messing it up. How old are you, love?
54, be 55 in October.
Okay. Are you a Libra?
Yeah,
Libra. You have any kids?
yeah, I got three.
How old are your three kids?
Okay, one's 21, and one's 22, and one will be 6 in March of next year.
All by the same woman?
No, two different women. I've been married twice and divorced twice.
Okay, married twice and divorced twice. When did you get divorced last?
Was last year.
Last year. Okay. Why'd you get divorced? We nosy.
Well, I married a woman from Kenya, and didn't realize that when I got married, I was only serving her purpose. So once I served her purpose, when she got her social security number, right to work visa, 6 months later she left.
So you was the passport bro.
No, I met her here in the States. Met
Oh, you
her,
met her in the States. Did she say,
yeah, met
wait,
her.
wait, hold on real quick, Ozzy. You're too close to the middle. So go. I don't want your face to be cut off. No, stay close to the phone. I don't mind that. I don't want you to be too close to the middle of the screen. So just lean, come back close. That
I
was
just,
good. But just lean the opposite direction. There you go. Okay, you met her in America. Did you know she needed her paper?
nah, not we dated for 3 months, and then she told me that she's gonna get deported. She don't get married. So I didn't want her to go through all this to get into the States and then have to leave the country. So we got married.
Well, it seems like she was honest. She got married because she wanted to stay in America. Did y'all ever talk about, okay, are we staying in this together?
Yeah.
see, this person right here understands that Kendra is going to ask these probing questions, right? So this person is trying to keep from revealing or revealing to us at least his part in his deception, his part in this failed relationship or any relationships really, right? He married a woman who was not an alien or not an American citizen, right? So first off, you knew it was going to be some convolution. You knew it was going to be some kind of issues when you married this person, right? I got to stay in the country. I can't leave. You don't want her to leave, so you marry her. How do you find love within 4 months? And this person, you got to marry this person. And he's trying to keep us from finding out exactly what's going on with his failed relationships. Even though he has no part in it, according to him, he hasn't played a part.
Yeah, we wanted to get married, see how it works out. And a year later we had a son. And actually this son is my biological son. My first son Didn't realize he was my son until we got divorced. So inside the courtroom, that's when I discovered that he wasn't my son. So I claimed custody of him anyway. So my first biological son, which is the youngest one, it will be 6 next year.
How? So your first wife cheated on you and got pregnant by somebody else and never told you?
Well, actually, when she conceived, we was apart. Okay. So then she told me that the baby was mine. So she knew how much I wanted to be a father. So we got married. 7 years later, found out when we got divorced, it wasn't mine.
So you married her while she was pregnant, thinking it was yours?
No, after she had the baby, 2 years after she had our son, then she said, if I want to be a father to him, we had to get married.
Well, why didn't you take a test to prove that he was your son?
Well, I wanted to be mine. So,
But we got to remember, all throughout this interview, he supposedly has such revere and such regard for women, right? He reveals that. He says it, verbally. He has such reverence for women, right? But that's not really the case. Okay? That's not really the case. Because if you have sympathy and empathy for a creature that is less powerful than you, in your mind, less than you, your outcomes would be better, because you would take into account the fact that they need you on some level. And his reverence for women, according to his mouth, is all there, but it's not really there.
oh, I just took her word for it. So when she did have him, I wanted to take a DNA test, and she got really upset about it. So I just went ahead and accepted it anyway.
So what made you realize he's not your biological son?
During the divorce, inside the courtroom, then she admitted that he wasn't mine. So when we was establishing custody, I was wondering why she didn't have both names, our son and our daughter. And she said she didn't want me to pay child support for 2 kids. So it was established then that she admitted that he wasn't mine when we was establishing custody. So the judge asked me if I wanted to take custody of the son anyway, and I accepted it.
You notice how he takes casual accountability for these outcomes. I'm such a nice guy. She said it wasn't mine, but I took responsibility. But she really did this. But I was such a nice guy, right? And the whole point is he's letting all of these things happen to him. But he has full knowledge of what he's doing, right? He has full knowledge. And it's like he's playing a victim all the time, a victim in his own life.
So I took custody of both of them.
All right.
Joint
one more time. Don't get too close to the middle. You can stay to the front.
Yeah, get your ass
I don't mind
back.
you staying to the front, just other way, but stay to the front because we can see you good. Now, Ozzy, honey, I have some empathy for you. You chose 2 women that got over on you.
Well, I can't blame them 100% because it was my choice. I chose them. So I take full accountability for the outcome. Because if I hadn't chose them, then the outcome would have been totally different.
So your last wife divorced you, the one from Kenya.
Okay, the last wife, yeah, we got divorced because she left. Once she got her Social Security number, right to work visa, she didn't want to stay in Shreveport anymore. So when I come home from work one night, she was gone.
Now, why do you think that happens? Why does a person go to work, come home, and their spouse has walked out the door without any kind of notice, without any kind of forewarning? Why would a person do that? If I'm such a beautiful human being, if I'm such an understanding, sympathetic, apathetic, all of those things, right? If I'm such that human being, why would my husband take everything out of the house that belongs to him and walk out the door without telling me they're doing that. Why? Because I'm a fucking shitty human being.
So where is she now? Does she have your child?
Yeah, okay. Our child was already born about a year and a half before she left.
So now that you guys aren't apart, y'all share custody?
No, no, we don't really communicate because there's really a lot of bad blood in between. Because once she left, I was under depression for almost 2 years. The loss of my son, and it was just it's really hard to communicate with her because she don't think she took any fault in what she did.
So,
Like I said, I can't blame her 100% because I chose her.
She don't take any fault for what she did. What did you do? And I'm saying take 100% accountability, not for the fact that you chose her, but the fact that you didn't treat her well enough for her to stay. People say no, a woman leaves because she wants to leave. No, there's always reasons why a person leaves. No person packs all of their things up and walks out the door without you having done something or said something or didn't do something.
so now I'm being nosy. Do you parent your youngest son?
Well, the thing of it is, we don't communicate because she wanted him to be the first 5 years of his life be raised up in Africa, and I didn't agree with that. So it's a whole lot involved, and like I said, I get emotional when I talk about it.
So again, so you're not a parent to your youngest son.
Well, at this point, by us not communicating, it's best for my mental health because it's just a lot of bad blood when we do communicate.
Are they
'Cause,
back in Africa?
honestly, I really don't know where she is exactly. She may be in Africa because our son got dual citizenship.
Ooh, child. Okay, so we got Ozzy, Louisiana. What do you do for a living? I didn't even get to what you do for a living.
Oh, I'm a local truck driver.
Truck driver. And all right. Ooh, child.
And we have to take into account a couple things, right? He's a truck driver over the road. We've only heard about these two particular marriages, right? They seem to have been short termed. Okay. They seem to have been short termed. So, why do you have short term marriages? Have you had any successful relationships? And what have you learned out of any of these short term relationships or relationships, period? Right? And I bet you we're going to find out. Let's just keep going. It's going to come soon enough. Why?
Ozzy, Louisiana, truck driver, 54 Libra, dad of 3 kids, by 2 women. He was once married to, divorced. We just got the story, child. All right. What kind of woman are you looking for now, Ozzy?
Okay, the one I'm looking for, first of all, she got to be born female. Okay, and I want to consider.
Wait a minute. Ain't these kind of things obvious, right? She got to be born female. Now, that to me, when you say something like that, tells me you either have dealt with those kind of people or you want to, but you just don't want to say. Why would you say it like that, though?
Her my signature woman because I want my signature written all over her. Her signature be written all over me. Together we create a signature love made by us and intended for us exclusively. And I want her to be engulfed in her femininity because that's important. Because I'm engulfed and I'm in my masculinity, and at no given time will you ever see me act feminine for any reason. So I want her to feel strongly about her femininity, her femininity. Also, I want her to be true to herself wholeheartedly. Okay, if she's not true to her inner self, then she can never be true to me. And what I noticed in my life experience, when somebody is true to themselves wholeheartedly, they will never lie to you. Because if they lie to you, they only establish two things. If they lie to you at that crucial time that they lie to you, they stop being true to themselves. Okay. And if they do lie to you, it's because they never respect you in the first place. So when a person is true to themselves, because they'll never lie to you, because they will always tell you the truth based out of respect. They will respect you enough to tell you the truth. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not coming out right. But they will respect you enough to tell you the truth. They'll never lie to you. If they lie to you, it's because they don't respect you.
So we listened to that weird diatribe, right? Based in her femininity, why would that be a concern? Because most women that you meet are going to be feminine. Most women are feminine. Most women are. Just because she bucks up, or just because she talks back to you, just because she's assertive, just because she's a boss chick, doesn't mean she's not feminine. That's a man issue. That's a issue for men. That's you all's problem. That's not a woman's problem. No woman can change her behavior, her femininity or not. She either has a lot or she doesn't have a lot, right? And his problem is he wants her to restrain herself or be something that she is not. Because if she's not ultra feminine, he can't be ultra masculine. See, I posit that he's run into females, right? That run into what he wants and they can't do it. He has a certain picture in his head of a woman, and the woman he picks can't do it. See, the picture you have in your head may not be the person that you're attracted to. Sometimes that happens, right? Sometimes, sometimes you want a clean cut person, but you really like trashy women. And the dichotomy is kind of fucked up. But some men are like that. They want a Madonna person at home. I want you to be fit, feminine, and friendly at home, but I like you to be able to get on the floor and let's do some things, right? And some men are like that. And he, I think, is like that. He wants a woman to be what she is. He wants a woman to be like a Madonna, but that's not really what he wants. Because he would have more successful outcome. How do you have all the women that you have dealt with be deceptive to you? How are these women lying to you? How are these women not telling you the truth about very important matters, specifically children? There's got to be a reason why you can't get honesty out of these women.
Oh, okay. Back to the signature. Do you mean like literally tattoos of each other?
No. I mean that she's intended for me only.
Okay. Okay. What are your deal breakers, Ozzy?
Wait, man, I got to say this one thing. This monster, this dude, is close to my age. What do you mean intended for you and intended for you only? Don't you think the woman that you would be involved with would already have been in relationships before you? Those kind of things, the things you're asking for, that you're asking for is just stupid. Because no woman is at that age is going to be imprinted like that, not with you.
Well, also, I want to
Wait.
add.
One more thing. I'm sorry. I want to get clarity on this. You said she had to be born a woman. So were you ever tricked? Did you ever thought you were talking to a woman who was born a man?
No. It's just so much going on these days. That's why I want to establish that right off the bat. I want her to be born female.
Maybe in them truck stops, he running into them what is it? Parking lot lizards. Maybe he running into some of them, and some of them ain't no real women. Maybe they just jumping in the truck sucking dick, and then he find out it's a man. Maybe it's one of them type of situations. I don't know. My mind go with it.
Okay. Born with a vagina. There's so many.
Yeah. And also, I want her to be modest. I want her to be Okay. I want her to where if you were to go to her social media page, her pictures and her videos, she wouldn't be ashamed to show her parents, and her parents wouldn't be ashamed to show their friends. Okay. Um, I want her to have a sense of humor. You know, I want her to to you know, how do I want to put this? Okay. I want her to be able to touch me in three realms. I want her to be able to touch me spiritually, touch me physically, and touch me mentally. You know what I'm saying? If she's able to do that, then she's paying attention to me enough. She's paying attention to me enough to want to, you know, to have me in a sort of way to be that woman that I want her to be.
Wait a minute. This person is 50 some odd years old, and he's been on the planet long enough to understand how relationship things work, right? You've been, or at least you should. Okay, you should. He's speaking in terms of what he wants and how it goes for him. I it's 2024. And let's be very clear on this. And I'm always clear. I'm always clear on this because I understand it. I don't care whether it's 1,000 years, 100 years, 10 years, 1 year. A man is always going to pave the way for the woman that he wants. You don't get to make demands at the door. Men think they can make demands at the door, but you can't make demands at the door. If you want her to come over there, you're going to do what she asks for you to do. You're going to mold your life to her life. It's always been that way. It's never, regardless of whether you have money, I don't care how it goes. 1,000 years, 100 years, 10 years, it's always going to be you molding yourself to her life. Sure, there are things you can ask for. You can ask for these things. You better hope they come along with the package that you like, because men are visual. And since you're visual, you don't, and you picked me because I looked good to you, you don't get to therefore try to mold me into what you want. You got the look that you want. Stop asking for all that other stuff, because sometimes I don't come with that. A lot of women don't come with the things you want. She has the look. And seeing as how looks are important to you all, more important than mostly anything, you don't get to demand fit, feminine, and friendly. You want it. You want those things. You want the acquiesce, the submission. You want the submission. You want her to mold herself to you. You want her to do all of that. But you better have a safe place for her to land. And he's never created a safe place for a woman to land. Otherwise, he wouldn't have all this deception in his life. If he was really a good guy, he would have some kind of good outcome somewhere. And he's 54, which means hasn't had any good outcomes, which means it's his problem. He's the one with the issue. All of these psychobabble that he keeps coming, oh, she has to do this, she has to do that. No, you don't get to make those demands, and you're a monster, or you're a cretin.
And in return, I'll be the man that she wants me to be. You know, and at the same time, I want her to this is gonna sound crazy. If I say this right, you better visualize what I'm saying. Okay. I want her to like, when she won't never try to change me, she'll accept me for who I am, flaws and all. Because I noticed in past experience, when you're in a relationship, somebody's trying to change you, that means they never fully accepted you.
Exactly, ding dong. Which means you're coming in the door handcuffing this woman. And that's basically why your outcomes aren't going to come out good, because you're trying to handcuff a woman before she walks through the door. You want her to accept your flaws, but you can't accept hers. She has to be here, here, and here. When men come from the avenue of thinking they're perfect, I don't need to change. That's all I need to do is work and work out, make my body good, make some money. Me, man, I'm perfect. No, when you come into a relationship thinking the woman is the goofy one, when you come into a relationship thinking the woman has to change for me, that's when your relationship is going to fail. That's why relationships fail. Because you have these unrealistic expectations in your mind. The expectations don't meet the reality. And the reality is no woman is in the kitchen being Betty Crocker cooking meals from scratch every night, dicking you down, or she ain't doing all that. That's the reality. And most men don't put that reality with their fantasy. And then they become disgruntled, and the woman can tell. A woman can tell. And then she begins to have her own thoughts of discontent.
Okay. I want her, like if she were to cook for me, you know, cook for both of us, you know, from scratch with her bare hands. I want to be able to have tears run down my eyes because I'm able to taste the love that she put into the cooking. Okay. I want her.
I done told you these people are delusional. You are delusional. This is 2024. Hardly anybody cooks from scratch unless she's at home, sitting at home. And most modern women don't want to sit at home all day. Okay. They want to have a career. They want to do things, raise children together with you, and blah, blah, blah. That's not how he's looking at it.
You said when she cooks for you for scratch, you want to have tears coming down your eyes because you feel the love from the food?
I'm tasting the love that she put into it, to her cooking.
Okay, continue. I just wanted to be clear I heard you correctly.
Yeah, I want. What I'm saying is, okay, I want something different. You know what I'm saying? I want something meaningful. I want something lasting. So if I come across a woman,
I don't want to be funny, but someone said all she has to do is cut an onion, and then you start crying.
Well, you know, hey. But
I mean, that's true. If she cuts the onion, you'll get tears.
Yeah, that's
true.
true.
That be good enough for you?
Yeah, but you know, like I said, I mentioned cooking. You know, it takes more than just the onion, though.
Ain't nobody doing that shit. Ain't nobody cooking that much that you gonna cry because of the love, Ozzy. I don't know.
What I'm saying is,
the right here. That's why you got duped by two women, because you got unrealistic expectations. Ain't nobody cooking that damn good that you gonna cry because of the love from the motherfucking muffins.
Hey, like I said, if you could taste the love she put into it, that means she put a lot of dedication into it. You know, that's what I'm looking for. Just the attention she put into it. I mean, that's something that I'm not used to. You know, because it's like.
But you notice he said, I'm not used to her putting in the attention, which means he hasn't had the outcomes that he wants. You haven't had the outcomes that you wanted, right? Why is that? Why is it that at least two women have deceived you? Not deceived you. You let them deceive you. You knew it was a deception. Well, it wasn't even really a deception. It was just idiocy on your part. Idiocy on your part. Simply because these are things that you should have known. Hey, these are red flags. They were waving, and you just didn't see them. So you see the unrealistic things that he has going on in his head. She has to be a Madonna personality. She has to be this. I feel restrained anger from this person. Restrained anger. As though he's holding himself back. I don't know. He looked like he put hands on folks. We ain't seen the kinder cam yet, though.
When you're not used to having something, from a woman and a woman presents herself, then it means a lot to a man who's never received that.
You don't attract those type of women. You don't attract those kind of women. Those kind of women are not in your orbit. You're a truck driver. You don't attract those kind of women. And see, this is a matter of knowing your lane. I'm nowhere near doctors, lawyers, and Indian chiefs. I'm not going to attract doctors, lawyers, and Indian chiefs. You're a Creedon. You're a truck driver. You deal with people who spit on the floor in the cab with you, piss on the side of the road. You're used to those type of women. Stop looking for something that doesn't come your way.
You know what I'm saying?
I get that, but the expectation is so like the pressure of making this meal. I understand what you're saying. Just making a meal, taking the time out, preparing for you, I think should be, gratitude enough. But nevertheless, let's keep going. Are we on your deal breakers right now?
No, we haven't came to that yet.
We didn't get to the deal breakers?
Nah.
Oh, well, okay. Well, go ahead. What else you want before we get to the deal breakers?
Well, let's go ahead and go to the deal breakers then, because I was trying to express something, but I see what's going off track. But you can go ahead.
Go ahead. I apologize for interrupting you. Continue.
I mean, like I was saying, I just want somebody that shows that she actually cares. You know what I'm saying? See, a lot of my past relationship wasn't a lot of sincerity heading towards my way. When somebody did something for me, I couldn't really notice the sincerity into it. It was like always some type of strings attached to it, something like that. See, I wanted somebody to do something because they meant, because they mean to do it for me.
And this is the piece I was saying earlier. If you're such a good human being, why doesn't this come to you? Why doesn't some of this goodwill that human beings have come for you? Why hasn't a woman ever treated you decently? Why hasn't one woman even treated you decently? Right? Because it's something about you.
Not because they want something in return. That's all I was trying to get at the first place with the cooking part. Because like I said, I'm not used to a woman cooking for me. You see what I'm saying? And just the fact that she wants to cook for me, that means a lot to me off the top. That's
now,
what
I agree to that. Like a woman wanting to cook for you and make you a hot plate after a long day, that is the gratitude. But you said the meal got to be so good that you cry.
Yeah,
that's where it turns left.
Me saying a woman wanting to cook for me, that would bring tears to my eyes, to be honest with you, because I'm not used to that.
No. See. Look. Why is it that now at 54, you're asking for a woman to do something for you? Why didn't, if your goals have been what they have been since day one, have a woman cook, clean, care for you, why didn't you get that before with them first two wives? Why didn't them first two wives give you that? Why didn't you say the first day being married, say, hey, why you ain't cooking me dinner? Why you ain't cooking me breakfast? Why you ain't cooking me these meals? Why is it that you didn't get that from them two women? Because now you're trying to turn these demands into something else, and you're 54 years old. You didn't demand these things when you were younger. Why are you demanding them now? You're trying to change the way the woman comes to you. And it's not the woman, it's you. It's something wrong with you. I'm not saying something completely unchangeable is wrong with you. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is you don't know how to relationship. And it's not the woman. You just need to know how to relationship, and you don't know how to do that.
Okay.
That's what I was trying to get at.
So at 54 years old, you never had a woman that cooked for you?
That wants to cook for me. Who wants me to enjoy her meal, enjoy her cooking. You know what I'm saying? Like I said,
married two women. They didn't cook for you?
Yeah, they cook, but it wasn't like that. It wasn't like they wanted me to have it. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. Some people got some questions for you. Mickfield 12 said, imagine homie crying while you're eating his old lady's food. I don't know. Willis said, Kenyans cook that good. He fell in love with that. Did she cook for you?
Yeah, she cooked.
Okay. All right. Let's keep going. All right. What's your deal breaker, so?
Deal breakers, masculine women, women who always want to be right, can't tell her anything.
And those are the type of women that he has chosen. Those are the type of women he has always chosen. But he feels like he needs a change from that. All of those women who have been just like that, who have been those buckers, who have been those you can't tell me what to do type women, those are the women that he chose. You need to fucking choose better.
She don't like to apologize for her mistakes. A woman that don't want to, work with you, try to build together instead of they want to build apart. A deal breaker will be, like some heavy smokers.
Why would I need to work with you and you're 54 years old? I shouldn't have to work with you when you're 54 years old. That building shit happens before the age of 30. When a woman will build with you, you and her are in your 20s. She'll tolerate or deal with somebody who has to build in their 20s and 20s, maybe early 30s. But when you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, I shouldn't have to build with you. You should be a full-fledged human being, and so should I. And at 54, it ain't no goddamn building. You should have been built.
Heavy drinkers. See, I don't drink or smoke. Bad oral hygiene, bad hygiene. Period. That's a deal breaker. Gotta have, clean feet. Good, nice looking toes and everything. No belly overlapping the waistline. That's a deal breaker.
Okay. So she gotta be in shape.
Well, just weight discipline. Just concerned about her health.
Okay. So, okay, that's the next question. Should she look a certain way?
Yeah. First of all, she has to be a sister. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why she has to be a black woman, because our black women out here don't get credit, because they're not getting the respect that they deserve, because our black women go through a lot. Us men, we drop the ball in a lot of areas as far as our own community, because we lack showing leadership. I feel if our men in our community would show better, positive leadership role models, then we have something for our ladies to follow. We don't do that. We need to do that. A lot of these in the black community is divided against itself, because you got the black man turns his back on the black woman turns the back on the black man. I mean, that's not supposed to be like that, because our community is falling apart. Because, for example, if you take a Mexican man, he knows within his culture he needs to find a woman look just like him. They settle down, get married, settle down, raise the family in the same household. Okay, then they form together, create a business that's owned by them, ran by them, so to build up their community. Same thing if you get a Asian man, Chinese man, Arab man, Indian man, they feel the same thing. They know they have to, in their culture, it teaches them they have to get a woman look just like them, raise a family, settle down in the same household. That's what.
If he knows this and he's reciting this, why hasn't he got that kind of outcome? Why hasn't he gotten that kind of outcome? He hasn't gotten that kind of outcome because it's not the circumstance. It's him. It's not, you understand? I have a script. This is what a marriage entails, or this is what a relationship entails. He's not following that relationship roadmap. He knows how to spout it. He knows how to communicate it, but he doesn't know how to work it or doesn't know how to do it because there's something in him that doesn't allow him to do that. And I say it's because he says he has reverence for women, but he's disrespectful to women because they're not going to be allowed to be who they are in the relationship with him. I don't know.
That's what's like in the black community. We don't have a lot of black, two parent in a black community. If we need more of that. So
black woman.
Okay, we need to build our community up by black man sticking with his black woman sticking with our black man. That's the only way we'll build up our communities. Okay.
We got you, honey. I got you. So that's the point. So you want a black woman. Anything else when it comes to looks?
Beg your pardon?
Anything else when it comes to looks?
Oh yeah, looks. Yeah, she should have a nice scrumptious ass, And reason why gotta be a scrumptious ass, and to me, what makes a scrumptious ass is the ass gotta be homemade.
You see the dumb shit. You see how we devolved into some dumb shit, right? She gotta have a scrumptious ass. That to me, that ends the whole conversation when that's all you boil me down to as a physical specimen, right?
100% beef or farm raised. That's for my southern sisters out there.
So nobody surgery. Nobody surgery.
I mean, me, I like a woman that's natural. Because to me, if a woman is natural, then automatically, she's healthy. We know when these women getting these BBLs, it's not healthy for them. And then they have, take on risks, health risks later on down the line. I don't want my woman to be going through anything like that. I just want her to be natural. You know what I'm saying? Natural to me is beautiful right off the bat. Because then that way we know what we get. You know what I'm saying? And that's about it.
Okay. Should she make a certain amount of money?
As long as she making money legally and consistently, she can take care of her own. Don't matter, because I'm with her for her, not for what job she got or how much money she makes.
All right, let's do the Kendra cam. That's when you stand up and we get we gotta see your legs. Ozzy, you got more paid questions. Do you want them?
Yeah, see, Ozzy whooped that ass for you. See, I would never go over there because no, he looked too mean for me. I don't take ass whoopings. I don't give them, but I darn sure don't take them. No, ain't no way. I mean, because he's too restrained. I feel like he's too restrained. Ain't no way he believed what he believed because he was born in around the same time I was. And a bunch of those people, they have these weird things when it comes to women. And not weird, but they haven't accepted that this is 2024 and women are different now. They don't have to stay with you. You can kick their ass, cheat on them, and do all them things like they did back in the day and then still stay. A lot of women don't do that. And he seems to be the type. It's his way or no way. And the problem is he hasn't realized that it's 2024 and it ain't never going to be his way.
You see my legs, man?
No, we can't see your legs at all. When you backed up, you gotta bring the camera down. Okay. We got you, Ozzy. Ozzy, you got some more paid questions. Do you want them? I can't hear you.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Let's see. Bro, it ain't the ass you should be focused on. You should be focused on choosing better. DK Holloway Diesel.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Then why did you make it a big gigantic priority that she have a juicy ass? You didn't say nothing about her being a good human being, her being sympathetic, empathetic, being any of those things. You said she got to have a nice juicy ass. When you got an opportunity to stress some shit, you said a nice juicy ass. Make it make sense.
You know.
Jet Ski Poppy said, Kendra, please ask him to say femininity one more time. You said that?
Yeah, it didn't come out right, you know.
Do you want to say it again?
Femininity. Femininity.
Okay, we'll just keep going. This one said, Yvette Simmons said, or y'all, I don't know how to say it. Ozzy, sir, you just tried to date 2 black women and you were done dirty. Were you at fault there or not?
Well, we all have our own fault, but none of that I did deserve what was done to me. Because I always try to make, you know, my marriage work, because I got married for, you know, for the long term. You know,
Why did you? We understand that. We get that these 2 women did you dirty, but why did they do you dirty? I understand you were not. You supposedly are a nice guy, but that can't be the only reason.
The person that sticks and stay in a relationship. You know, I don't believe in leaving my woman unless she's trying to do physically harm to me or something like that. That's the only way I feel I'll leave a woman in a relationship.
Okay. Thomas B said, bro, stop simping. Simping got you played twice.
I mean, I understand what simping got to do with it, because, you know, I'm all about, I'm trying to settle down, raise a family. You know, I'm trying to settle down, period. I'm trying to be with somebody. You know,
you ain't trying to settle down and raise no family. It's too late for that. See, I'm in my 50s too. I'm in my mid 50s. Ain't no way I be looking for a man who look at me in the eyeball talking about, I want you to have my baby. I think I had that instance happen to me one time when I first became a widow, and somebody said, oh, do you want to have my baby? I was like, hell to the no. And even if I was 30 years younger, I wouldn't want to have your baby. Ain't no way. So he shouldn't be looking for nobody to have no baby. See, his problem is maybe he got unrealistic expectations. Maybe he has unrealistic age requirements. Maybe that's it. You, sir, if you want a woman to settle down and be for you and do the things that you want her to do, ain't no 30-year-old going over there with you. Stop it. Don't think you're going to get a bubble booty at 54. What you're looking for don't come with a bubble booty. What you're looking for comes as an older lady. She got some miles on that ass, maybe a little sagging part here or there, but she gonna cook for you. She gonna clean for you. She gonna wipe your ass. She gonna do all them things. But if you looking for somebody in their 30s, you just gonna have another failed relationship.
Trying to find some true love, because that's there. I've never had no true love. You know, that's why I'm on here trying to find true love. A woman.
Both of your wives, you don't consider them for true love?
No, because they put their needs and wants before family. You know, because like I said, when I got married for the long haul. You know, I believe in family. I believe in staying with my family. You know, like I said, I would have never left. I never left none of my relationships. I never left.
Let me ask you this: the one you don't talk to, are y'all legally divorced?
Yeah.
Okay. Keon said your deal breakers is masculine women, but you want to sit up there and cry over cooked food. Can't make this up.
Well, they totally missed the point what I was trying to say.
I think we did clear that up more. It was more the aspect of someone wanting to cook for him is what would make him emotional. Taxmaster DFW said, I don't know, Kendra, but I understand what Ozzy is saying. I'm from New Orleans, and the ladies in Louisiana could cook their ass off. Plus, most modern women don't cook often or are terrible cooks.
Yes, we do cook. We cook. We just don't feel the need to cook from scratch. We don't like to cook every day. And if you're his age, you should understand that the woman should have time. When she's our age, she should have time that she can probably cook 3 or 4 times a week. And then maybe you cook 2 or 3 times, or we go out to dinner. And if you're picking someone around your age, but if you're picking somebody who's in their 30s, you get what you get.
All right. And then this one said, Kendra, why are the women duping him? He's obviously genuine. Why was he duped?
Because he wasn't duped. He's just got a mask on. He wasn't duped. Okay. You can tell that he's articulate enough that he understands what's going on, that he understands some of the dynamics of relationships. So he wasn't duped. That's what y'all don't understand. He wasn't duped. He chose all of this. It's a flaw in his kit. They didn't dupe him. He did something. What woman comes home and packs everything without telling you and leaves you in the dust? She leaves before you get home. You have no indication that she's leaving because it's something that he is doing. It's not her duping him. He has a flaw.
Kendra, can I answer that?
Yeah.
You know, we can better explain what happened to us better than we can explain why it happened to us.
Anybody can do that.
We can better explain what happened to us better than we can explain why it happened to us.
Yeah. Because like I said, I mean, what happened to me, I explained what happened to me, but why it happened to me, you know, I can't really give you a concrete answer why. All I know is what happened to me. I can explain what happened to me better than why it happened to me. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay. All right. When was your last relationship?
4 years ago.
4 years ago. You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
I'd rather not say.
Okay. And 3 flaws you have to work on.
He paying.
Too trusting, too caring, and too giving. Those 3 traits is the reason why I'm single.
Who in the history of this world done said some bullshit like that? I'm too trusting, so I can't get a woman. I'm too loyal. I'm too faithful. I'm too nice. I can't get a woman. Nobody says that. See, here's the thing. I'm one of those type people. When I find out that this doesn't work, I automatically say, how can I be better? I don't automatically say there's something wrong with you. He is a truck driver, guys. He is a truck driver, and inherently, a truck driver is never at home. If he's making serious money, maybe get lucky enough to get a local route, but 9 times out of 10, he is a truck driver. He's over the road. How many of y'all want to bet that he paid for snatch? How many of y'all want to bet how many times he done one of them lot lizards done crawled in his truck trying to suck his wood? How many of y'all want to bet that was he ever faithful in his relationships? Over the road, however you gonna get it. Come on, y'all. Come on.
And I need to work on that. Stop being too trusting. Stop being too caring until I realize that the person is really genuine to receive what I'm giving them. And like I said, another one of deal breakers is like, I mean, a deal breaker is, a person that cheats, because people don't realize that cheating has siblings. They call lying still. If you're in a relationship, somebody gonna cheat on you, they're gonna lie about it. And then the stealing part comes in where the time, money, and effort you spend on that other person that you took away from the rightful person, you stole that from them. So you got your cheating, lying, and steal. You got your cheat, lie, and steal those are, just bad traits for someone to have. Because like I said, if somebody gonna cheat on you, they're gonna lie about it, and then they're gonna steal the time and the effort they put on somebody else that they took from somebody else. So those traits normally come together.
Okay. Okay. And why would a woman be lucky to be with you, Ozzy?
Some people love with their heart, which is fine, but I would love a woman with my spirit, and that would take all of me to love a woman in my spirit, and that's what I'm willing to do, because we are supposed to test people's spirits that comes in our circles. So that's what I'm doing differently this time. I'm learning to test the woman's spirit before I jump into it.
Okay. Now, could the woman have kids already?
Yeah, that's fine as long as the kids are well behaved. I don't have no problem with kids. I mean,
you shouldn't even. I don't have no patience for no little kids. I don't have no patience for no little kids unless they my grandkids. I spend money on them and send them back home to their mama and daddy. Get the hell on. I ain't living in no house with no little kids. And he 50 some odd years. I just never understand how people our age got the patience for those smaller kids, unless it's their grandkids, right? He talking about he don't care what age they are. Ain't no way in hell I'm 50 years old and some teenager that's 16 gonna look me in the eyeball talking about you ain't my mama. You better get the hell out of my house. I ain't dealing with no kids. You shouldn't want to deal with no kids under the age of 21 when you're in your 50s. We just don't need to, unless you're bringing that drama on yourself.
35 to 45. I always had relationship with women with kids. They ain't never been a problem, because some of the women with kids I helped raise. You know what I'm saying? I never had problem with kids.
But no woman ever wanted to keep you around. No woman ever wanted to keep you around. What is your problem that no woman ever wanted to keep you around? Because he said that he ain't never left nobody. They always left him. Why are all these women leaving you? Because there's something going on with you. Not that he's simping, because simps can find wives. Simps will do exactly what a woman wants him to do just so he can stay and get that snatch. Just so he can get that good loving. He will do whatever she wants him to do. That's how simps do it. He's not a simp, because he's just restraining himself on here. He has a major, either he whoops ass or I don't know. But hold on.
I always just wanted a family of my own to raise in the same household with the mother. Unfortunately, that's not what I had. So.
Okay. And what's the age? What's the age range you want to date? You're 54.
Yeah, 35 to 45.
35 to 45. Okay. The time. Oh, and should she be in Louisiana?
Preferably, because the king could better protect his queen when she's close by.
Okay. All right, we got another paid question for you. This one spent $50 to say this. So let me see what they got to say, child. Alpha Life said, no disrespect, but you said you want a feminine woman because you're a masculine man that doesn't act feminine. But you want a woman that will do things to make you cry. If you're with women that don't do these things, you're picking wrong.
I don't get that.
I guess what they're trying to say is, you said you want a feminine woman because the whole when you talked about you want to cry over the food, and we have since moved on from that, and we get when you first said it, it did seem like the food got to be so good from the love that makes you cry. But ultimately, you just said the aspect of a woman wanting to cook a meal for you would make you emotional. So by you saying, go ahead.
It's basically effort put into cooking is what I should have mentioned. And
how do you go 54 years in your lifetime and a woman ain't never cooked for you how you wanted her to cook? Don't people cook for each other before they get married? Don't you understand? I mean, didn't you understand that they weren't going to cook in that loving way when you married them? I mean, she would have cooked before you married her, right? Why didn't you know she wasn't going to cook like that after you married her? if you all were doing the things that normal couples do before you get married? See, he don't make sense, and that's what I keep saying. He keeps throwing these roadblocks up in front of us like she did wrong. She wasn't cooking. She wasn't cleaning. She wasn't being a good wife. She wasn't doing this, this, and this. She deceived me, but she really didn't deceive me. No, this is not what happened. I'm telling you, it's not what happened. He's not that type of man. He's not the simp that he's portraying himself to be.
What I meant about the feminine part, because um, my past experience with my women, when they act masculine, when they will run up in my face, want to put their hands on me, acting masculine, that's what I don't want. I want a woman to stay within her feminine, what's within her femininity. Like I said, I stay within my masculinity. I protect, provide for my woman, whatever it takes as a man, I will do that automatically, because I'm gonna stay within my masculinity. I just want her to stay within her femininity. That's all.
Okay.
I don't want my woman to be masculine. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay, y'all stop paying to ask this man questions.
Y'all, how many of y'all think that he don't, that once that woman run up and bunk a buck up against him, you think he ain't laying hands on somebody? He a truck driver. So therefore, he don't fucking have restraint when he's on the road. He got to do what he got to do in order to survive, or he got to do what he got to do if somebody talking crazy to him, another truck driver or a female, whatever. How many of y'all think he got the restraint to not do that at home? If you got a masculine woman, as he say, running up in his face, talking about blase woo woo, you think he ain't put his hands on her? You think he ain't never put his hands on her?
Ooh, child, you must have you hit a nerve with these people tonight. But nevertheless, this be the last one. Don't pay no more questions. It said, no, sir, you should have been able to trust your black women. However, the black women you love are not trustworthy. Why? Find the answer and move accordingly.
He's not going to, because he doesn't think it's him.
We'll sleep on that. Are you on the Kendra G Singles dating app, Ozzy?
Yes, I am.
Okay, is your name Ozzy on the app?
All right, we ain't finna promote her shit, because I heard that's a dumpster. I heard that's a bullshit site. He doesn't think it's him. He doesn't know it's him. And that's amazing to me, that you're 54 years old, that you don't seem to understand. If you made these requirements back then and the women didn't meet the requirements, but yet you took them already, or you took them still, then it's a you problem, because you're not standing on the requirements that you said you wanted. He said he likes a woman that's this, and this. Weren't those other two women that you got like that? They weren't like that. So my whole point is, you really don't mean what you say. You want this to happen, but that's not the type of women that you pick. The type of women you pick aren't as feminine as you want them to be. And since you're choosing because of the way she looks, because she got to have a bubble ass, you need to choose better. And you need to figure out why you're the shitty human being that they keep leaving. And I'm going to reiterate it again. Nobody wakes up in the middle of the day and says, I'm leaving and I'm not going to let you move forward with me. I'm going to move out of your house and never speak to you again. Nobody does that unless you've done something to put fear into them, put apprehension into them, made them say, this relationship will never last. And both of the women that he has married have said, hell to the no. I don't want to deal with him. I can't tell him the truth. You have made the marriage intolerable, and you're the problem. And I bet you it's got something to do with cheating or putting his hands on them somehow, some way, because he ain't no simp. He knows too much. He knows the script too much. He knows he's not. He says, I don't understand, but I'm a part of the deception. No, he's not telling us something. He's putting hands and feet, or he's cheating, or he's doing something that makes her say hell to the no. And any woman that went over there that's 35 or younger, 35 or 45, you're going to be in for the same mess.